talk series on adapting to coronavirus stress, the military way, and the learning from armed forces. Productivity is never an accident. It is always the result of commitment to excellence, intelligent planning, and focused effort. A very good morning to our eminent speaker, Air Marshal P.K. Roy sir, PVSM, AVSM, VM, and VSM. Dr. Ajay Kumar sir, Director GLB IMR, faculty members, and all present here. On behalf of GLB IMR, I, Shatakshi Singh, along with Aman Mittal, extend a very warm and hearty welcome to our dignitaries to webinar under Expert Talk series on adapting to coronavirus stress, the military way, and the learning from armed forces.
शुभम करोति कल्याणम आरोग्यम धन संपदा शत्रु बुद्धि विनाशाय दीप ज्योतिर्नमोस्तुते. Before we begin with today's session, let us all seek the blessings of Goddess Saraswati. I would request all to please join us in the prayer and pay tribute to Mother Saraswati.
या श्वेत पद्मासना या ब्रह्मा शंकर प्रभृति देवै सदा वन्दिता मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेष जाड्या.
Thank you all. May the divine grace of God be with us today and always, and keep all safe in this pandemic.
Intelligence plus character of true education. Proud to share that GLBIMR has been listed among top 22 institutions of India and also featured amongst top 4 emerging management institutions in India by AICTE CII Survey of Industry Technical Institution 2017. GLBIMR has been ranked 50th best B school in India under top 100 private best B's ranking 2020-21, and also 8th based B school in Uttar Pradesh, declared in Education World May 2020.
Today's Expert Talk series on adapting to coronavirus stress the military way, learning from armed forces, helps us to look after our well-being in this pandemic and to look for the ways the armed forces are adapting to reduce stress, to be calm, and how to take effective action in the midst of this global crisis. So we look forward to Air Marshal P. to guide us to understand these pertinent issues. Now I would like to introduce our expert speaker of today's session, Air Marshal P.K. Roy sir. Sir has 39 years of distinguished career in the Indian Air Force. He has commanded the only unified command of Indian Armed Forces at the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Sir has represented India at the Asian Regional Forum Conference at Bali in 2011. He also led NDC delegation to 6 countries: Israel, Sweden, Mexico, Chile, Morocco, and South Africa. Moreover, he led defense delegation to China for discussions at the Shanghai Institute of International Studies. Sir has diplomatic experience of 3 years as the military and air attaché at the Indian Embassy, Ukraine and Romania, and presently holds the Admiral R.D. Katari Chair of Excellence at United Service Institute of India and Delhi for research on Strategic Vision 2030 for security and development of Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Sir also has experience of 4,500 hours of helicopter flying. Sir, we all welcome you at GLB IMR.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
The greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest things. He is the one that gets the people to do the greatest things. These lines goes very well with the leader amongst us, our very own respected director, Dr. Ajay Kumar sir. Sir carries with him 33 years of experience in academics, research, training, and consultancy. Sir has been at the director position in many institutions such as ITS, Asian School of Media Studies, International Chambers of Media and Entertainment Industry, PLS Institute of Technology Management, and many more. Sir also worked as Deputy Marketing Manager in Welcome Drugs, California, US. Now I would like to invite respected Director Sir for the welcome address. Please, sir.
Good morning, everyone. It's a great honor to welcome
Morning,
Air
sir.
Marshal P.K. Roy on this special time of crisis when not only students but all members of the society, rather all members of the globe, all citizens, they are under stress, they are in trouble also. There are lots of challenges too, and majority of them are not able to cope up under this pandemic. Today's topic is very pertinent as Air Marshal P.K. Roy, our esteemed guest of the day, will be telling us as to how to minimize or mitigate the stress, not in general way, but he will be giving the example of managing such a stress under adverse circumstances, which is being practiced and which is very normal in Army, Navy, or Air Force. Naturally, the personnel of Army, Navy, or Air Forces have been leading their lives always under uncertainty, but it's very difficult to understand how do they remain delighted and happy too under such adverse circumstances over a career of not less than 30 plus years. It's a big challenge. It's naturally a very unique way of inculcating the sense of being human with positive approach and positive thoughts. As he is the only person today who is having the background of Air Force, naturally he will be the right person to throw light on the ways one should manage stress, be it pandemic or other challenges or uncertainty in life. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your insights and valuable guidance. We all know that it's a challenging time for all of us, and how we can cope up with the positive things and how we can be happy in such conditions. Thank you so much, sir, for your insights.
Yes. Now, may we request P.K. Roy sir to please start with the address.
Let me start by thanking Dr. Ajay Kumar, Director of the GL Bajaj Management and Research Institute, for inviting me to speak to the students on an extremely important topic. He rightly said that it is one of the most important and current topics affecting the entire globe. So thank you very much for your invitation. And I'm sure the students will benefit from this talk, and they'll go back with some thoughts in their mind to get over this crisis period and learn how to manage it as the days progress. Thank you very much of also to the student who introduced me or the professor who introduced me and for the kind words he said about me. And it's always been a pleasure. It's always been a privilege for me to speak to the young, the youth of the nation. And you feel reinvigorated. I myself feel young when I talk to you all. I only wish this was a personal interactive session where we could see each other properly and talk to each other, understand each other better. But anyway, this is another restriction. This is another restriction of the COVID, which we have to and we will go. And before I start with the main subject, let me tell you all that COVID-19 is not going to last for long because it is made in a China disease. None of the equipment that China has made has lasted for long. So be assured, rest assured that this will also not last for long. With that, let me start by articulating certain realities which we must understand and appreciate. Unless we understand these realities of life, we cannot move forward. If you all remember, from our younger days itself, we have been told man is a social animal. We are all social animals. We launch for company. We launch to live in a society. We like to interact. We like to create a cultural organization. Otherwise, we will not survive. So that is one. And basically, living would become a very, very difficult thing. And these are the bonds that we develop so that we could live longer, we could live comfortably, we could survive in this world in a happy manner itself. And it is also critical. It is also critical for performance enhancement. Unless you interact with people, you will not be able to give out your best performance. All alone, you will not be able to do it. But unfortunately, in today's environment, in this 21st century, this very tenet of life is being threatened by a disease, a viral, a pandemic called COVID-19. How is it doing it? It is asking us for a social distancing, which is against the basic of man is a social being. It is asking us to be about 6 feet away from each other. It is asking us to not gather more than 4 to 6 people whenever there is a curfew around us. It is putting tremendous restrictions on our movement. It is asking us to stay at home, work from home, study from home. And this webinar, this virtual meeting, this virtual talk is a solid example of that. So we are being sort of locked down, which is again, as I said, against the very, very basic. And these contradictions of requiring to be isolated, not interacting physically, not interacting visually, is a reality. It is creating pressures on us. So this is the first reality that I want you all to understand. Because basics you must understand to get over the crisis period. And this brings me to another reality, and that is the stress. What is a stress? If you look at it, if you look at the dictionary meaning, and I'll read it out to you all exactly, the dictionary meaning of stress is the adverse reaction people have to excessive pressure. The adverse reaction people have to excessive pressure and other types of demands placed on them. Excessive pressure, other types of demand, and adverse reaction. These are the three things you must remember in crisis. And what does this do? This excessive pressure is the one that makes you stressed. And what could be these excessive pressures in terms of normal human beings, normal you people who are locked as students now? Maybe it's a long planned journey which has been cancelled because of this. Severe restrictions. As youngsters, we need to move out. We need to be physically active. Unfortunately, it is putting severe restrictions. A fear of contracting the COVID-19, fear of unknown, because we don't even know the disease properly. So the fear of unknown is always there at the back of our mind. The economic issues, there are serious economic, I'll come to that later on, there are serious economic issues. The uncertainty of continuing with the job, always under the threat of losing your job for those who are already employed, and uncertainty of job prospects for youngsters like you. I'm sure everybody in the final year is looking for a placement, but that uncertainty, the pressure is always there. But this year, the pressure is a little more because of the COVID-19 restriction. And last but not the least, there are many more, is the loneliness. Like I said, man is a social animal. You cannot afford to live alone. But loneliness will create a problem. Being cooped up in an environment, in the house, in your hostel, in wherever you are, will create a pressure on you. So you must understand this. But what is more important is, unfortunately, we do not have control over the situation today. We do not know how long will it last. We do not know when will we get the antidote for this virus. We do not know if I fall sick, will I be admitted in the hospital? Is there any place in the hospital? These are all the reality of life which are creating pressure on us. Okay? And the only fact we know is that it is going to last. It is going to last for long. So this is the second reality. Mind you, I'm not trying to create any pressure on you, any fear, put a fear in you. Okay? But this must be understood. The change circumstances of our life must be understood to progress forward. It is only when you understand this, you will be able to take the precautionary measures. You will be able to support each other. You will be able to adjust yourself to this new environment. There are some other realities also. I'll just gloss over it in line each, but you must know this. First and foremost, you are not alone in it. This crisis is the crisis which has affected and locked down the entire planet. So you are not alone in it, so don't worry about it. Because solution will be found. Just day before yesterday, on the 5th, I think, yeah. On 5th, the Secretary General of United Nations released a study which says that almost 160 countries have closed down their schools, colleges, universities. Almost 1 billion students across the world are in lockdown or on virtual teaching. Almost 30 million students of the world, young, tiny toddlers, have missed out on preschool, which is the foundation. Okay, and in India, we have almost 30 million school students who are adversely affected. So you are in a big company, remember that. Look at it the lighter way. It is affecting so many people, and we would find solution to it. This is the largest psychological experiment that the world is creating across the globe. Situation, actually look at it, it is much more fluid than the war scenario, where every second the situation changes. Every day some new theory comes. Every day somebody talks about new treatment for you. Every day new precautions are being given. So the only certainty is world will not remain the same. Somewhat we find a solution, we may find the treatment, we may find the vaccine, but ultimately the reality is that the world will not remain the same after this. Another thing is economically. I just mentioned in the passing in the beginning, economically, the World Bank has already predicted large number of countries going into a negative growth. As far as India is concerned, the World Bank has predicted 1.5 to 2.8% growth. Let us see how it happens. It's still fluid. And one more governance. Today, the concept of governance is quite crucial. I say that because today the government control on our assembly, movements, and we as individuals are proud of our democracy, are ready to accept it because of the government. That is extremely. So the system of governance and acceptance of these is the change in governance system. A few months back itself, any restriction by anyone in our liberty, in my movement, in what I do, was resisted. But today, I am ready to accept it. If I am ready to accept it, I mean we are going backwards. But then again, this is the price we have to pay for some time till we find it. So from these, what emerges? That is COVID-19 affecting us in countless ways. So many ways it is affecting us. Aside from affecting our health, it is affecting your family, it is affecting the managers, it is affecting the leaders, it is affecting your faculty, it is affecting everybody next to our organization. So you're not alone in it. Everybody will support each other. What are the systems that physiological systems that we are experiencing? It is important to understand that also. And some of them, there are large numbers, some of them could be food. You are feeling dull. You don't feel enthusiastic. It's a norm in these conditions. Insomnia, lack of sleep. Again, norm, unless you counter it. Stress, of course, is there. Anxiety, fear of unknown all the time. Anger, irritable. People do get irritable under these conditions. Emotional exhaustion, depression, post-traumatic stress. Some of the symptoms you can relate with it. Suddenly you tend to get angry. Even I do that. Said and done. But I also feel these things. So it is a norm. We have to devise ways and means of getting used to this environment and adjusting to the environment. That is important. And I'm sure each one of you, those who rise and think, you can relate to these points that I am saying. It is happening to everybody. At no stage am I saying that you are under pressure. What I'm trying to say is, it is normal to experience. It is much natural to experience these things. And you do come under pressure and you say, and just forget about it. It is more important to understand how do you manage it. How do you come out of this crisis at various levels? The government is looking, the world is looking at their level for solution to the disease. You at your level look at your crisis. How do I get out of it? So we need to work at different stages wherever we are. The institute, your institute will look at it in a manner. And there are many ways to do it. But if you ask my 39 years of service in the Indian Air Force, I will say that way is to understand and appreciate what Dr. Ajay Kumar said, understand and appreciate how we do it in the armed forces. Why is it important to understand and appreciate armed forces way of doing it? Because armed forces are uniquely configured. Armed forces and get to perform best in that is the worst case scenario for stress, for pressures. So this is the time the armed forces are stressed well beyond the human endurance, mentally, physically, as well as psychologically. Most of the time they are under this pressure. So what I say, you must try and learn from armed forces. 39 years, but I have seen from inside. I can tell you the large number of actually working in armed forces is an integral part of the integral part of our day in and out. We are and stress control. Some of the examples, similarity. From day one, when a person joins the armed forces, when he goes for training, you realize that he has no control over the environment. He goes to the training establishment, he goes to the unit, he has to adjust to the new environment. He has no freedom like he had in the college and in the school. So this is the similarity, first similarity of not being used to the new environment. They get separated from the loved ones, from their friends, parents, siblings, boyfriends, girlfriend, you name it, you do get separated. That's exactly what is happening to you all, being cooped in. Okay? Used to from the environment. When you are a family, there is a family support. When you are a friend, there is a suddenly this boy lines up in a unit, doesn't know anybody. Same as of today, he looks to manage. How does he learn to manage it? Isn't it same as you? They suddenly lose the freedom of movement because they have to be disciplined and as per schedule do the work. It's totally different. You all have some freedom of movement today. This is the similarity. Get used to during the long time, as I say time and again. Once they join in, time today's environment, there is nothing known as peacetime. It is always an operational posting because army is being used, our forces are being used regularly for internal security. So even during your peacetime, when you come back to rest and retreat from the border, you are under an operational stress. 10,000 troops being moved overnight into East Ladakh. They must have just come back from Northeast. They must have just come back from the Pakistan border in the same area. But sudden requirement comes and they move. So these are the conditions. So when you look at the COVID-19 situation and compare it with the life of the armed forces, the pressures are similar, maybe to a lower grade, but the pressures are similar. And you realize that the strength and anxiety created by both are same. Now, how do we handle it? First and foremost is you should be aware about it, as I said. Let me, if you ask me for specific, that's what Dr. Ajay Kumar told me. When you ask me for specific, let me give you an example of the tenure. When I was commanding Air Force Station Thois, I don't know how many of you have. I'm sure you all must have heard about Leh at least. Okay, Thois is located beyond Leh, across the Khardungla Pass, in the valley, very, very close, just about 30 odd kilometers, less than that, from the Siachen Glacier. That is the last bastion from where the Indian Air Force provides support to our brave armed forces soldiers fighting the Siachen war. And Khardungla, if you just for your interest, is the highest, most motorable road. Okay, so you have to cross that, go across into the Nubra Valley, go across into the Shiok Valley, and then you reach Thois. I was much younger there then. I'm talking of 97 to 99, during the Kargil operations. Okay, it is the world's toughest base, coldest base. Temperatures are in the range of minus 20 to 25 degrees. Wind speed are in the range of 50 to 70 kilometers per hour. Imagine you have a wind of 50 to 70 kilometers at minus 25 degrees. The wind chill factor is around 60 degrees, minus 60 degrees. Then it is located at about 11,000 feet. It's a totally isolated place. Families are not permitted. For 2.5 years, you are posted there all alone by yourself. And under these conditions, I had to manage, command, look after 400 plus air warriors day and night and carry out the operational task. So look at the environment. I'm describing the environment and look at it. Okay. The connectivity to Chandigarh was by road. Yes. It took 5 days. And there were no civil buses. There were no taxis. You had to take lift and any of the army vehicles moving and up down with the stores. The next connectivity was service aircraft. There were no civil air coming to Thois. And arrival or departure of service aircraft was based on the mercy of weather god. In these high altitude hills, by around 11 o'clock, you start getting cloudy and the aircraft cannot come. It's only in summers when the service aircraft would come that we would be privileged to have fresh meals, vegetables. Otherwise, the rest of the time, it was packed food, it was ready to cook, eat meals, it was tinned food only. Even the onions, what you talk, was dried, was in the form of wafers, what you have chips. It used to come in gunny bags. We used to take out the onion wafer, dip it in water so that it gets a little moist and then cook in that. So these are the conditions where people have to. And apart from the normal health issues, individual health issues that you may have, okay, there were other problems. Pulmonary edema was the norm there because of the altitude and the winter. Acute mountain sickness, not used to it. Frostbite because of the cold was a regular phenomenon for anybody who didn't take precaution. Hypothermia. Main thing is problem of disposal of the night soil. There was no sewage system. You only had, like your NCC camps, you had those tents behind you and you could only go there. In thick of winters, minus 20 degrees, you had to go at night there. And of course, the same loneliness there also. So keeping people motivated was the major task, apart from the operational task, our bread and butter, what we call it. So keeping people motivated was the major thing. So the question that arises is, what is it that keeps these men, that keeps us to continue to operate under such environment? Is it winter clothing? Just give them winter clothing and it's good enough. Is it the equipment to keep your offices warm, your room warm? Is it the state of mind? Is it the leadership of your leader? Is it the physical condition of each and every person who is operating there? Is it knowledge of the medical issues that can come up in this changed circumstances? I'm not talking of normal medical issues that come up in, or is it a proper nutrition that allows you to function at these cold environments at high altitude? Or is it just trying to get over, if you can get over the isolation problem, it is okay? If you ask me, the truth of the matter is that it can be all these factors, a combination of factors, depending on the environment and individual's capability to withstand. That is what is important. So in my view, the main factor that helped me is building up the state of mind of the people. The first factor that I tried to work on was building up a state of mind of the people to survive in this environment and thrive. It is not just survival. You can't limit yourself to survive in this environment. You have to thrive. You have to conquer this stress. Okay, you need to be convinced that anything that comes across any issue that comes up is manageable. That is the state of mind you must have, and that this is something that can never intimidate. I myself will cross this hurdle on my own. We need to respect it. This pressure must be respected and then conquered. You cannot say that it cannot happen to me. It will happen. But then we respect it and we conquer it. Easier said than done. Very easy to say these big statements. Then how is it done? There are ways and means in which it is done. You also must remember that there are people who thrive under pressure. Look at the sportsman. Look at that man at the end curve of his athlete in the curve. When he is about to finish, he runs the fastest there. Look at the cricket matches. Till the last ball is bowled, the team is wanting to take a wicket. Okay, look at the football match. Extension time, extra time, people are running. So there are people who thrive under pressures. And there are also people who have problems in coping with it. So the first thing is to identify such people and identify the factors that trigger the stresses and then work towards solution of these factors. I'll come how you will do it yourself, but this is how we did. Adoption and flexibility were keys. Armed forces has got tremendous rigidity, but under these conditions, the same person who's so strict in the peacetime is flexible there. So adaptation is required. It is very important to stay connected with your near dear family members. So I ensure that every individual got an opportunity to talk to his family once a week at least, over the only telephone I had, STD telephone and in Inmarsat. But we made sure that everybody got an opportunity. Once a week, if you can talk to your family, your entire body language, your mental state changes. I used to permit them to go on leave 3 times a year, at least 3 times a year, so that you go for a week, 10 days and come back refreshed, recoup, and then put in your effort. I emphasized on physical fitness for everyone. It is extremely important to understand and appreciate that physical fitness is an issue of life and death for a military man. Extremely important to be physically fit all the time. So physical fitness was a part of the routine there, even though at high altitudes, it has its own effects. This helps and helped me in the psychological well-being of these men. Remaining isolated, cooped up in your room, not moving out, not doing any exercise is most unhealthy way of living as well as a psychological well-being for them. I also ensured that the air warriors got a good sleep. It is extremely important we have a good sleep. Sleep deprivation increases the risk of stress and results in many adverse things. You get irritable. If you're not being able to sleep properly, the first thing you get is irritated for against everybody, everything. It creates an environment of poor strategies. Your strategies will be hindered. When I say strategies, and in the Siachen, you're flying. Flying was the main thing, carrying load of weapons. Decision making becomes poor. Wrong decisions are taken, which is extremely bad in a military environment. You become less cooperative. You become less cooperative, you become less team man then. Okay. The next problem that was associated with the, of course, you all know about it, excessive alcohol use. The adverse effects are well known to the military people, to the civilians, non-military people, everybody, but somehow we are human beings. We will indulge in excesses once in a while. So this had to be curbed because again, it creates stress. A drink or two makes you feel good, but thereafter it is bad, especially at high altitudes. So my bottom line was to ban the unhealthy and excessive drinking. No choice. People had no choice. You had to be strict. Another important aspect of the leadership is that leader must be able to communicate with people. You cannot sit in your office and run an organization, especially in the armed forces. It is important to communicate with your subordinates down to the lowest level and understand their problems. I used to move around after the working hours as a leader, go and meet them in their social environment, where they feel free to come out with their problems, their suggestions. And if you can solve one problem a day of the entire setup, the word goes around. People are happy that somebody is there to look after me. I'm sure with this experience of 5 months or 6 months, is it? Started in March. Okay. You can relate to these. You can relate to these restrictions that were imposed. Isolation, fear. So now that you people have explained to you and you have understood that how stressful situations are handled in the army, or I would say how you do not permit the stress to come up. Let us look at now the ourselves today. In this COVID environment, how do I work towards avoiding the pressures? How do I work towards not letting the pressure increase enough to create a stress on me, and any stress on me will further create stress on my family, my colleagues and others. It's a chain reaction. Huh? The most important aspect of countering stress, as I said, is to have a positive state of mind. So please approach this situation of yours today. We are discussing to now. We are talking to each other now. Approach them with a positive mind. Believe in yourself. Believe in others that they are working towards getting over these problems. Believe in your faculty, believe in your director when he says that we need to have this virtual conferences virtual classes, it will help you. Believe in yourself that you will be able to do this. Unless you do that, nothing will move forward. You will keep going into depression stage. Okay? You cannot afford to feel being trapped inside. I'm sure within the four walls, you can do a lot of work. You're not, I'm giving a worst scenario. None of you are locked in four walls. But this is the worst case. Uh, Also, try and stay close to the routine that you were following before. Just because I don't have to go to the institute doesn't mean I get up from the bed and directly put on my laptop and get on to the virtual classes. Try and get up at the same time that you used to get up earlier. Try and go to bed at the same time. Have your meals at the same time. Make it a routine as it was earlier. Unless you do that, it will not move. Okay? Just put your hand on your heart, close your eyes and tell me how many of you have been regularly binging on Netflix series throughout the night. Part 5 gone, 6 gone, 7 gone. I don't feel like sleeping. And get up in the morning with headache, get up in the morning under pressure, irritated. You used to watch Netflix earlier also in the normal time. There was certain time frame you used to adhere to. Try and follow, keep yourself in that routine. It will help you. A chaotic environment creates chaotic mind. In the armed forces, we say the first thing you get up is and do is to make your bed. Very, very simple, normal thing your parents have also told you. I'll send you a link to your director of a doc of an US admiral who is speaking to the students in their naval institute and explaining how the entire outlook for the day changes when you follow this. So you must be able to get out of the chaotic environment so that your mind is also free, not chaotic. Take out time for fun. You should be able to take time out for fun. How do we do that? Try to play virtual games with your friends across the country. I I thought I will not say. I am stuck in Bangalore for last 5 minutes with my wife in Delhi. I play virtual games with her. We play a simple game like Uno with her. That half an hour makes all the difference for you. So play virtual games. Talk to them. Okay? Play online games, like I said. Learn something new. Try cooking. Very interesting. And you love that burnt food that you cooked. I do that nowadays, sitting here alone. So remember that. Try to create fun in your environment. Get out of that mindset that I am stuck. Physical fitness is important, I said, for the military man. It is important for everyone. I'm not asking you to run a marathon in your house, in your balcony. But there are ways and means to keep physical fit. Look, go through YouTube. Excellent 15 minutes exercises are there. Do it in your bedroom itself. And I'm sure most of the girls must be doing it. Do it. It is extremely important for your well-being, for your physical well-being, for your mental well-being, for your psychological well-being. There is no substitute for physical. Like I said there are certain triggers to pressures. There are certain triggers to crisis. And every individual had different trigger. Identify those triggers. Write down if you can and try and avoid that triggers. Try and work towards avoiding that triggers. Try and get over the triggering mechanism that comes in every time. If you can do that, you will be the happiest person. I also spoke to you about communication, how the aim is to communicate down the line with your personnel. Aim is to let them communicate with their families, with their near dear ones, with their friends, whatever they want. Aim is to let them go and meet them once in a while on these difficult stations. You must connect with others. And I'll give you one option. Open your contact list. See with whom have you not spoken for more than a year. Talk to 2 such persons a day. Maybe 1 such person whom I have not spoken to a year, 2 years, some relative, some friend, and see how happy both of you will be. So communication is extremely important. Do not bottle up. Do not try and keep to yourself. Communicate with people, communicate with your family, communicate with your faculty if you have issues. I am sure they would love to talk to you. And if your director permits, talk to him when you are under pressure. I am sure he would come out with suggestions, solutions for you. So talking is a must. Another extremely important thing which is happening in today's world is information overload. 24/7 today, TV is telling us on COVID. They are making huge graphs, charts, getting experts from across the world who tells you that we are all going to die. Who tells you that the graph of COVID is going up. Who tells you recovery rate is much lesser. Putting that here. Too much of information overload. Except for last 4 days when the whole TV media was looking at Ram Janam Bhoomi and the film star who died, it was only COVID 24 hours. Filter it. Watch news for half an hour, morning, evening, just to be updated. Filter it out. Social media is full of it. Your Twitter, your Facebook is full of it. Learn to filter it. Use WhatsApp as a mode of entertainment. Look at it and delete it. Do not get influenced by what they say. As I said, identify the source, government source, and look at that information. Stop interacting with Dr. Google. Stop Googling all your problems and trying to find out from Google. Because Google gives you back what has been fed in it. It doesn't have a mind of its own. So the best thing is avoid 24/7 watching TV news. Avoid social media. Look at social media. Interact on social media. But keep it for that only. Not for getting information on COVID and how to do it. Stop, as I said, stop Googling. I had a pain in my calf muscles. At 2 o'clock in the night, I Googled. He gave me a long list of what all it could be. Next, I Googled, can it cause death? It says yes. Because that has been fed into it. So stop it. I have panicked. You will panic. Remember that. And of course, I spoke about alcohol. Keep it to minimum. As I said, feels nice initially, but ultimately it will harm you. The process, it's decision-making changes, irritable. Have we had irritations in the morning? Nobody tells you not to drink. Today, nobody tells you. But we should know the limit. We should know when. Weekends. And now I think it's coming to the end. I have few words if the director permits for the faculty. just a minute or so only, and I'm sure he'll say yes. So without, I'll move ahead. Uh, my advice, to you all would be to make sure that you organize some sort of self-help intervention for the students in your institute. It is an extremely important thing. As faculty, as they look up at you all as a guide, philosophers, you must establish some. If you've done it, it is excellent. If you've not done it, please do it. It could be in terms of having an hour or two with some faculty members who could be available on, who could be available virtually for anybody to interact. Anything. You may be able, you may like to open a website or a link to your own institute website where people can come and give you problems and you, but only thing you must remember, if you provide this facility, you should be there to support it. Having this facility and nobody responding is worse than not having it. So try and do that. Launch specific website, as I said, to address their psychological needs. And at the cost of becoming unpopular with the students. I repeat, at the cost of becoming unpopular with the students, I would advise the faculty to keep them busy. Try and give them work, sufficient work to keep them busy. I am not talking in terms of only education. Give them some quizzes, you make it work and play. Create a discussion between the students virtual within your own faculty. Give them free forum to talk to you, talk to each other. That is one way of supporting them. So students, in conclusion, I would re-emphasize the fact that we are in a different environment today, but there's nothing great about it. In armed forces, we deal with it every day, and you are dealt it for last 6 months. So it will change our lifestyle. It is a difficult period, but then we need to learn to cope with it. We need to find ways and means to bypass all the pressures and crises that it creates. Remember, it's a transient phase. It will go. Human being has got that resilience to come out every time it is put down. So remember that. And next is the armed forces, like I said, are dealing on a daily basis. They are no different from us, from you. I'm no different from you. If I can do it, if they can do it, I am sure you can also do it. This is where I spoke of state of mind. We must do it. Okay. So I'll end by saying, be positive. We are all in it together. And I assure you, we will all win and come out successful. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, Aman?
Yes, ma'am. We need to build up the state of mind to survive and thrive. We need to be adaptive and stay connected to near and dear ones to refresh ourselves. Thank you so much, sir, for this insightful session and for the great learning. So we will quickly take few queries of the participants. So first question we have from Soni Kumari. How to come out of the negativity that we have developed for career and goals? So should I repeat the question?
No. I was just trying to adjust the screen.
Okay.
Negativity towards career and
Yeah.
career and
How to come out of the negativity that we have developed for career and goals. A student Soni Kumari wants to ask this. These days they are much concerned about their career, so a lot of negativity they have developed among themselves.
First, let me tell you, there should be no negativity about your goals. your goal must remain the same. So do the best, get the best possible, and level in that also. So your goal must remain the same, whatever. Yes, you may have to work harder in this environment. Next, of course, there is an issue. There is no doubt. I said it in no uncertain terms that economic issue is a major issue. The growth, is, the growth, economic growth has come down tremendously. Large number of have been initiated by the government. I hope you are listening to these news, reading about it, towards reviving the economy. I'll just go by one figure. One of the methods of assessing the economic growth, there are various. Okay, one of the method is the tax collection, the GST collection. One of the methods is that. I'm not a economic person. I'm just a military man who did all my degrees are service degrees. Okay, but I so if you look at the GST collection of last month and the one before that, and compare it with last year, it has come. And why will the GST come? Because there is some activity. I am not saying that it is very, very bright, but I am very sure that things are improving. It will improve. Keep your goal the same, if not higher. Work towards it, and things are improving. I can only say that much. And wait from the theme. Wait from the theme. You will see the change. I hope I have been able to answer. I don't have any clear answer on it. The only thing is be positive. If things are changing, they will change.
Yeah, definitely, sir. To be positive in all the circumstances is the only weapon that will help us to combat this pandemic and COVID-19. Positivity is the best weapon indeed. Next question I'd like to ask is from Vivek Sahai, is one of our students. How can we overcome the problem of overthinking, especially in this COVID crisis situation? So overthinking is another challenge that the students are facing.
Why am I worried? First of all, I must ask myself. Because I am worried. Because there is uncertainty. Because I'm thinking of getting stressed. So overthinking is a phenomena or an offshoot of stress. It is always an offshoot of this. So the basic thing is I must understand that I must try and avoid getting stressed. For that, I must avoid the pressures that keep building upon us. For that, avoiding the pressures, I have told you, be positive state of mind. Look at things positively in the news. Look at the Times Now, Arnab Goswami. Look at good news. Look at the Times Now, Arnab Goswami, only when your blood pressure is low and you want the pressure to come up. You understand? So look at positive things in life. Look at positive things in life. And remember, as I said, we as human beings cannot be put down for long. We will find solutions for this. In fact, another 3 to 4 months, the antivirus is already started coming, will start coming. Tests are in advanced stages. Okay, even within the country, if you look at it, Delhi was worse. Okay, in the entire country, numbers were going to 50,000 per day. It is changing slowly. So have a positive state of mind, look at it positively, have that attitude that I can manage it, I can get over it, avoid the pressures, follow the routine as you are following earlier, communicate with people whenever you have problems, talk to your faculty, talk to your parents. Your parents are also under stress, so talk to your faculty, talk to your friends, develop a chat room, positive chat room. Anybody negative in that out, or try to convert, change into positive. Then only you will get over these things.
Thank you. Definitely. Thank you so much, sir. One question is regarding Rishabh Ranjan. He has written how to filter our emotions. So, what's your say on emotional intelligence part? A lot of thoughts we are listening from different people. Students are especially listening at different platforms. So, filtering out emotion is one of the question here.
It's question positive and negative. I'm stuck to this. I believe that emotions can be controlled if by creating a environment where we all can prosper, we all can work together, we all could be friendly, we all could be supportive. Okay, so it is it's akin to the stress that I was. At every stage, you will find that there will be some people who will be trying to play on your emotion. You look at media, you look at social media, anywhere. There are two types of people. One will play positive on your emotions, others. Now it is for us to understand, to segregate what is good, what is bad, and we are grown up enough now. We are grown up enough now. Take support of your teachers, take support of your faculty, take support of your parents, take support of your friends. Go back to your school teacher whom you thought was the best, whom you respected a lot. Talk to him. He will be happy. You will be happy to hear from him. We need to control our emotions.
Definitely. Aman, you would like to ask next question?
Sorry, ma'am, आपकी voice.
You would like to ask next question?
Yes, ma'am. Question is from Shatakshi. If the situation gets too stressful to manage, then how we can prevent that?
Too stressful to manage, how will we prevent that? Good question. First is, let it not reach that level. First is, let it not reach that level. And it will reach that level only if I have or I kept going down and down and down under the pressure, not understanding that I am under pressure. It will reach that level if I just coop myself into a corner, into a room. I don't interact with people. I cut off myself from each and everyone. But if you have reached that stage, first thing is to identify and accept the fact that I have reached this stage. Accepting the fact is the main thing. Because even then, if you're not accepting that stage, then you will go further down. So first and foremost, you must accept the fact that you have overlooked somehow. Don't blame yourself. It can happen to anybody. You have overlooked. You have sort of ignored the indicators and you have reached this stage, and I am now suffering because of it. Once done that, you need to talk about it. Identify, accept it, talk about it. Now, whom do I talk? There is always a hesitation to tell my father. There is always a hesitation to tell my faculty members. There is always a hesitation to tell anybody because it will become a common knowledge. Everybody will be, sabko pata chal jayega. So within the family, the most trusted person. It could be a sister, it could be a younger brother, elder brother, it could be your grandparents. Talk to them. Advice comes later. First stage is talking. You must talk to them. You must let things come out of your heart. Once you have done that, thereafter identify what all is creating this stress for me. Is it because of exams? Is it because I didn't study for 6 months? Is it because of some other personal things that is going in my mind? Is it because, you list out these items. And one by one, talk to people, try and get. Keep yourself engaged, keep yourself fit mentally, physically, psychologically. Talk and have that positive thinking. Now that I have reached, first of all, I said I should not reach there. Now that I have reached, the same steps we can do by having the positive mind. Now I will come out of it. No person on this earth can stop me from getting over it. Whatever is shown in the movies, good old days, aajkal to chodo. Okay, how people have come out of this. Take those examples and be positive, work towards it, interact with people, interact with the right people, interact with people whom you trust, who will empathize with you. And it's very, very simple to get out of stress, but identifying it and accepting is the first one.
Indeed. Yes, thank you.
So we
much,
have,
sir. Yes, what I could understand is, yes, am I
Just a
audible?
minute. Volume is my fault.
Okay. So what I could really understand from this answer said that a lot of interaction is indeed required with the right person, and the way, yeah, I think, sir, please, you have to unmute yourself.
So you're on mute.
Fine, sir? Yeah. So what I could understand from this answer that yes, we need to interact with right people. Maybe the way we are looking at the problem, the another person. Yeah, am I audible, sir?
Strength 1 to 2. Can I disconnect and come back again?
Yeah, sure. Saying that what I could understand from the last answer that you had given, that we need to really interact with right people. Maybe the way we are looking at the problem, another person whom we have contacted, he may have some different dimension and different view of that problem, and we may get a different angle, and that may be a bit a solution of that problem. Thank you so much for this mantra. One question, Aman, would you like to
yes,
read
ma'am.
Alok's question?
Yes.
Yes.
The question is from Mr. Alok Kumar. Aerial refueling tanker plan on the cards by IAF, or they preferring AWACS first?
It's a kind of your area question, sir.
No. I think we are talking of stress. Don't put me under stress by asking questions which so we can have a talk on the Indian Air Force capabilities and the future plans. It will be advisable to talk about it in a different forum, different lecture.
Sure, sir.
And the person who's asking can interact with me. Okay, let's not digress from the subject. I
Sure,
hope you
sure.
don't mind. I hope you don't mind me saying it.
Oh, yeah, sure. Maybe he's a bit interested in that area. That's why
Yeah.
he
We
might
can
got
interact.
excited to get the kind of you person in this platform. Maybe
Alok,
that.
we can interact positively, and I'm sure you will join the Indian Air Force.
Okay. Yeah, one question is from my end, sir, that we know that soldiers and they are staying quite far away from their family. Any kind of mental training that they go through? So those soldiers are prepared to tackle the situation because this industry this sector knows that soldiers have to go into the situation. So what sort of mental training they go through so that our students can also a bit get influenced out of that?
The training starts at the initial training stage itself. Okay, like I'll give you my example. I'm from a total civilian background, business person. Okay, in 1963, when I joined science school, I had no clue that there is a uniform existed at the young age of 9 years. I had joined. Okay, but then when you reach that institute for training, the environment gets you up. The training sessions are such, routines are such that you start learning from that age itself how to cope. That is one stage of school. Next stage comes is main training in National Defense Academy, where almost 1,500 students go through together the routine of morning PT, parade, under stress, different types of you running 5 kilometer cross country races almost once every week. You're doing PT, parade, evening games, in between classes, half an hour rest, and then again evening, and then go through the process every day. Different challenges posed at you makes you strong physically, mentally, psychologically from the beginning itself. The training also includes putting stress on you. 5 day camps. 5 day camps was the worst. But then we used to love Raat mein aake tent mein, you just flick off. So the entire training is towards, it is not only a physical. Please remember, an armed forces training is not a physical training. It may have been at the beginning, but along the physical, you always learn, along with the physical, you always learn to be mentally strong, psychologically strong, and take on the responsibility in the most chaotic situation. The exercises that are planned are such that it gives you a true that's all. And then we have a system of personal, the families, we have a system wherein the ladies of the station or the unit interact a lot when they are in a field station and they are in the separated quarters at some point, some place like Ambala, etc., wherever you say Delhi, okay, they are looked after there. If they have any problem, the messages are conveyed. First and foremost, we try and solve the problem there. Even we have a system of for our Armed Forces Vice Welfare Association, the Air Force Vice Welfare Association, the Naval Vice Welfare Association, where any personal issues between the husband and wife are, if brought to the notice, are helped sorted out. So we get deeply involved personally, operationally, family-wise, in every respect we get involved.
Thank you. Indeed. So you talked about a lot of solutions that once a person is in
Again, same
stress.
issue. How do we, just one, how do we, volume has gone down.
Hello.
Same issue, call and.
Okay, some call is just asking that you gave a lot of solutions and mantras to get out of the stress once a person is into this stress situation. What should be the preventive measures that one should take? Not get into much chaos and try to avoid as much as possible to get into some stress. Preventive measures.
I thought I said that that was the big the maybe 2/3 way up of my talk, wherein I said first and foremost thing is you should accept the fact that this COVID-19 is there. it will create some problems for me, and I will have to accept it. I have to learn to live with it, and we need to work towards getting over or getting into a situation of pressure and crisis. I laid out certain things like try to be strong, mentally strong by accepting this. Next, I laid out that we need to be communicating with each other quite a bit. We need to follow a routine. We need to, some people just like to lie in the bed on a holiday. It's okay. But during this period, when you are restricted in movements, you cannot do it on a daily basis. So follow a routine. Follow a routine and ensure that the routine is somehow akin to your daily routine before the COVID-19. Then involve yourself in academics, involve yourself in exercising, involve yourself in having some fun. Ensure that you have enough sleep. Communicate with people wherever possible, as much as possible. I even gave an example of getting in touch with people. Look for the numbers in your contact list whom you have not spoken for a year or two, and get in touch with them. Be aware. Do not get overawed by the what you call information overload. Know how to segregate. How to segregate. See, try and look for information in selected, confident sources. Listen to the government. Listen to the government, because the government will never ever give you wrong information. They cannot. They should not. And of course, be positive mind. Always try and create that positiveness amongst you. Interact. I even give an example of start cooking. You know, so be positive. Follow these routines. Keep yourself healthy. Avoid binging. Avoid binging, TV watching. These are some of the things which you do, and remove that pressure of job opportunities, because things will improve.
Definitely. So in short, we need to engage ourselves in variety of activities, and to be, of course, that would automatically give us a positive result. We don't need to go behind it or run behind it, but engaging ourselves in a lot of different activities will give us a result. I would like to take last question. Question is written in the chat box by Rishabh Shukla. His for last quite a few months, his students are sitting in their home. They are not coming to colleges, not allowed. So they are saying, as they have listened that in news that where army jawan kills their colleagues, sort of such news come in the news. So is this a way to get rid of a person who creates problem for you after living?
Army Jawan? Army Jawan?
Killed their colleagues. Might be some news they might have read in the newspaper that the Jawans are killing each other. Is this a way to get rid of a person who creates problem for you? After living more than 5 months in my home, I'm having same frustration.
Wow. Who's this boy?
Rishabh Shukla got frustrated staying so long in the home.
Rishabh, can I see him? You see, I'm speaking from the mobile.
Rishabh, can you just put on your video?
Video.
Can you get him on the screen?
Yes, Rishabh. Can you speak, Rishabh, so that your video can be visible?
Yes, ma'am. Just a moment.
Yeah, just put on your camera, please.
No, sir, not more than 10 days. No, sir, not more than 10 days.
Okay, you've been in the hostel.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No problem. Apne, everybody, we all have been in the hospitals in training stage. Okay. So when we get the chance, I would say I would love to be with the family, unless there are certain issues. Unless there are certain issues, but then who doesn't have issue in the family? Who doesn't have issues with their friends? Who doesn't have issues between your siblings? We are all human beings who will have issues. So we need to learn to be with our family. Family is the closest human relations you can have with anybody. Remember that. And we need to be involved in family. Okay. And the first thing is trying to listen to each other, trying to talk to each other. Even while talking to me now, you are banging your fist on your thigh. I don't know why. Okay. Just relax, live a normal life with your family, get involved. आज से जो है घर में का एक काम मैं करूंगा, चाहे कुछ भी हो, एक काम है. And you remember that movie जादू की झप्पी? I'm being trying to keep it very low level. आपने याद होगा जादू की झप्पी? Give a जादू की झप्पी to your parents. Okay, and you see the changes that will happen. It's a very serious question you asked. That is why I thought I'll talk to you personally. This will involve a little longer talk. Ma'am, you may wish to talk to him, and then we can take it further. But Rishabh, दुनिया बहुत 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 बड़ी है, हर तरह के लोग हैं. परिवार एक ऐसी चीज है जो आपके साथ रहेगी जिंदगी भर, हर चीज में सपोर्ट करेगी. So we must learn, we must, and our family also must learn. It's not one.
Sir, people say they support, but they
Make the
don't.
life comfortable of each other, love each other. यही एक चीज है दुनिया में जो बहुत ही क्लोज होता है. Okay, beta. We will talk about it in detail personally if you want. I wouldn't want to talk on a forum like this. Okay, Rishabh?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your motivating words. And
Can somebody give me a solution to this volume?
Again, new call is receiving.
I'm trying.
You may decline the call if you wish.
I'm declining and volume is reducing.
For coming here and joining us here. A lot of talks you have delivered and a lot of motivational thoughts you have shared with us, real life stories and a very practical scenario you have created here. Our students they are also writing in the chat box. They are grateful to listen to you, and indeed such thoughts organized by our directors are only definitely boost the confidence of our students. Thank you so much, sir, once again. Now, may I request Director, sir, for the concluding remarks, sir?
It was a wonderful session, that's what I can say. Naturally, such type of advice, guidance, it's not required only by the students. The session was not only for the students, but all of us who attended. If we follow even 30% of the advice or guidelines to mitigate the stress or to reduce the stress, I believe all of us will be benefiting from this session. So my heartfelt congratulations to sir for not only joining in the discussion, not only addressing the students, but also listening to their problems very patiently and suggesting them to come out of the stress, because this is the time when frustration mounts, because you are still in isolation, because physical contact is not allowed and you cannot move very frequently the way you wanted to live, you are not living right now. And who knows, another 4 or 5 months or 6 months, one will be required to stay in this environment. So naturally, all the guidelines, all the suggestions, or all the practical suggestions which he had experienced in his life, which he shared, that will be very helpful to all of us. So, immense pleasure to listen to him, and my heartfelt congratulations to sir for addressing the students, whom too such type of session would have benefited in a better way if they personally take the advice from the core of their heart and start following the advice by pinpointing certain guidelines out of it. Definitely it will be beneficial and it will be helpful for all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You must speak to this.
Yes, yes, sir, please continue. PK Roy, sir, you're saying something? You're saying something, PK Roy,
You
sir?
must call Rishabh and speak to him.
Yes, definitely. Definitely, we'll do call him, and I'll try to talk to him what exactly is. Thank you so much, everyone, and indeed a wonderful session. And we would definitely like to have a stronger association in the future as well with Air Marshal PK Roy, sir. And we'll have. We would request Director sir to organize much more such sessions in future as well with PK Roy, sir. On behalf of entire JLBMR family, I would like to express my gratitude to PK Roy sir for sparing his valuable time, sharing his perspective and opinion with us, and boosting confidence of our student and all the faculty and other participants. I would also like to extend sincere thanks to our director, Dr. Ajay Kumar sir, for organizing this exquisite webinar. Thank you all for being so participative and attentive throughout the session. Thank you very much.